Welcome to our new episode of Soul with the Love, where we explore that love is safe, and if it's not safe, it's not love. We are with Adam and Andrea, and this is the last one in that little series that we're doing right now. And today we want to talk about, when was the turning point? When did you know that you were going to be okay? Because you mentioned, like, at first, like, it was pretty hard. It was pretty tough. You didn't think you were going to make it.
There
And
was
you're
some
like,
tense moments.
So what happened when you saw that there was hope? Like, what was happening? Well, for you, Adam?
When I first saw the hope, it wasn't long after our first session with you. Because things were, like I said, very tense before, and it got heated, and I just didn't know what to do. But then after we started coming to see you, things just got easier. Not completely. There were still a lot of hard, difficult moments, but I think both of us, at least me for sure, just knew that if we kept doing the work, it was going to be okay, and that we'd make it through.
So it gave you hope?
Yeah.
I think that's what's beautiful, is once you understand the subconscious, like, everybody needs to know about the subconscious. Everybody needs to know. Because otherwise you just feel like, I am born under an unlucky star. Like, the things I really want, they don't work. Some of the things I can have, but some of the things I really want, I can't have them. And it really upsets people. Like, if you read the book, Think and Grow Rich, that's a classic, or The Secret, and you see other people reading it, using it, and it works for them, and you go, why is it's not working for me? Well, the reason it's not working for you is because your subconscious mind thinks it's too dangerous for you to have this thing you would really like to have. So once people understand, oh, that's the reason why I do this, and then in reaction he does that, and then I do this, it's like, oh, I'm not crazy. We're not doomed. There's actually a path. There's a way out, and that's what's really cool. How about you? When was the moment you knew that things were gonna shift? Like, because you had been doing the work before meeting Adam, so you already understood that, and that's the difference between Adam and you. Is like, you already knew about doing this work. But you had no idea about, like, you heard her talk about it, but until you started doing it, it's like, So what was it like, actually, for the first time when you did the subconscious work, as opposed to just hearing about it?
It was shocking, to say the least. Because, yeah, like, we had discussed it before, and she's told me about her work, and I thought, that's cool, that's great,
Women stuff, girl things.
But the difference between talking about it and sitting in that chair and doing that work was, it's almost unexplained. It's very difficult to explain just the sheer power that it can hold.
Yeah.
How about you? What was the turning point when you knew things were gonna be okay?
When he realized the power of it, because I knew that it was either doing the work or we wouldn't be able to move forward together. And so once we did come together and we both felt the same way about it, and we were able to connect about it and connect through it and realize that this was going to be the path that we would take together, I realized in that moment that, yeah, we can make this work.
Yeah, because if you're doing the work by yourself, a lot of women come to see me because they often are more likely to start doing the work, but then their partner is not interested in doing the work. Almost makes the woman feel like, I'm alone in this wanting to fix it, wanting to make it work. And that's why everybody needs to understand every relationship is going to face challenges. And if you quit when the going gets tough, that's when you lose the chance of actually growing in love, because the beginning is lust, the beginning is infatuation. That's not love yet. Like in the previous episode, if you haven't seen the previous episodes, go and listen to them. It's pretty cool. And like you said, like in the love that you feel now is deeper than, no matter how strong infatuation is, and it's so strong, but it's a superficial feeling. When you have true love, it's a whole being experience that happens. And so when you start doing the work, it's empowering. It's so fun. It's, even though it's challenging, it's also empowering, and it's fun to know that you can make this happen. So doing the work, like I created something called a happy relationship checklist, and there's 5 points to have a happy relationship. And point number 4 is be with a partner who wants to work at making this happen. Because the thing that has killed most couples, and they live happily ever after. Like, how crazy is that? Like, you yourself, do you only have days where you're on top of the world, where everything is going well? No. You go to challenges, your own individual challenges. So guess what happens when you're in a relationship? The only thing that happens when you're in a relationship is you get 2 of these and 2 of these. You just compounded both sides of the existence. So how are you supposed to be, happy in a relationship and live happily ever after? That's not going to happen. The more you're stuck in that illusion, the more you're looking at your relationship against an ideal that doesn't exist. Now you put your relationship in the gutter going, it's just not working. No. When you do the work, when you consciously work, you have 2 people who get together because they want to experience true love, which demands, like, look at your life. Is there anything in your life that doesn't demand, effort? Like, even if I was going to close my house right now, it would still start to fall apart. It's called entropy. If you want to have money in the bank, you need to learn to save, you need to make the money, you need to organize things or have goals. Like, if you want to be healthy, you need to eat well, exercise, chiropractic care, all these good things that you can do, and actually be grateful, because your emotions are, I would say, is 60% of your health. So there's nothing in the universe that does not demand you put some effort into it to get a result. But for some reason, relationships are supposed to be happy ever after. Mm-hmm. But the beauty is, once you get it, it's like, this is when you really feel the love. And when you ask parents, like, what's the best thing you've ever done in your life? And most of the time they will say, having my kids. And having kids is not easy. Having kids is challenging. But this is where you learn how to love. This is where you open your heart to another being, and it helps you reconnect with your own heart. When you see a little kid, it makes you remember yourself, and then you can open your heart to yourself. And it's challenging, but it's beautiful. But when you do it in a relationship, it's one of the best gifts to give to yourself. So what is your relationship like now compared to before? Like, what's the big thing that you could put your finger on and say, like, this is how different it is? I can see it from the outside because I've been working with you for a while, but like, what is it?
It just feels like it can go on and on and on. It just doesn't feel like scary anymore. It feels like we have each other's backs.
Your best friends.
Mm-hmm. And it feels calm and peaceful. Yeah. Before it felt frantic and chaotic and, scary.
How about you? What's the biggest challenge that you had that you don't have?
I think it was just not understanding her properly. Knowing why she reacted to certain things the way she did. But now, after doing the work and hearing a little bit more of her story, things she's held on to, and so I can see, okay, like, this was a big moment for her.
So you have empathy instead of feeling upset. Then you have empathy for her.
Exactly.
It opens your heart to her.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, understanding him. I'd say the same thing. Because I think before I'd get angry at certain things, but now I understand. So, yeah.
We can have compassion for each other. And that's beautiful. I love working with them. That's why I wanted to bring them, to share their experience, because you've been courageous, beautiful. Like I love courage. Like courage has the French word cœur in it. Like to have a beautiful relationship, you need to be courageous to do the work. And you're very inspiring. You're a young couple, and it's so fun to see you, flourishing and because stepping into your power. So if you enjoyed this episode of Soul Where the Love, please like it, share it with other people who can benefit from it. And if you want to learn more about, the subconscious and the love and all these things, I have created something called the Love is Safe Starter Kit. It's in the notes below. And bye for now.
Bye.